The story begins by introducing a widow named Sonia. She acquired her widow status recently after going through a divorce with her husband. The reason behind their divorce was his persistent urge for her to have hormone activities, but Sonia consistently refused due to an excessive fear of the activities. As a result, Sonia has never tried hormone activities until now. In her daily life, Sonia works as a nurse. However, complicated romantic affairs and economic pressures have left her highly stressed. This stress has started to affect her work, making things increasingly chaotic. The management at her workplace eventually suggested that Sonia take a leave to ease her mind. Sonia decided to use this time off to visit her father, who was celebrating his birthday. Sonia's father owns a restaurant, and that evening, he invited her to celebrate his birthday. During their meal, the conversation turned to Sonia's relationship with her ex-husband. Unaware of Sonia's divorce, her father expressed his hopes of having grandchildren soon. Sonia chose to keep her divorce a secret, and none of her family members were aware of the troubled marital issues she was facing. Sonia's father also brought up the issue of Sonia's very small salary, further infuriating her. As Sonia was about to leave, she accidentally dropped a vibrating toy from her bag. Sonia's father quickly realized there was a problem in Sonia's marriage and asked what was really going on. He even scolded Sonia for embarrassing him by carrying the toy. Emotionally charged, Sonia finally poured out all her grievances to her father. She then decided to leave her father's house. Sonia went to her ex-husband's house and tried to persuade him to have hormone activities with her right then. However, her ex-husband declined Sonia's invitation as his feelings towards her had faded. The situation became even more complicated when Sonia received news that her father had a heart attack. It was revealed that the owner of the restaurant property, which had long been the family's source of income, would evict Sonia's father due to months of unpaid rent. Sonia felt confused and didn't know what to do. Her father even refused to let her enter the kitchen, so Sonia couldn't cook at all. In this difficult situation, Sonia could only remain silent, lamenting the fate of her father's restaurant, which was heading towards ruin. She eventually decided to focus on reorganizing the restaurant while taking care of her sick father. In moments of confusion, a handsome chef named John suddenly appeared. John, a graduate of a foreign culinary school, worked at the almost bankrupt restaurant for unknown reasons. His presence greatly helped Sonia, who had no cooking skills. Until now, the responsibility for cooking in the restaurant had always been her father's. However, her father was currently hospitalized. To maintain her composure, Sonia decided to undergo therapy to help her feel calmer and ready to face each day. After that, Sonia accidentally ran into a former schoolmate who had become a dancer. Her friend invited Sonia to visit and learn to dance with her, mentioning that being a dancer could generate a substantial income. Sonia accepted her friend's business card and kept the address of the dance studio. Later, Sonia was surprised to see that her father's restaurant suddenly became busy. This was because the dishes prepared by John were so delicious, attracting attention and making everyone curious and addicted. This success made all the employees at the restaurant very happy. They were no longer worried about bankruptcy and could pay the restaurant rent. However, Sonia was not particularly fond of John due to his flirtatious attitude towards women. Sometimes, when they went shopping for ingredients at the market, Sonia saw John constantly flirting with the ginger sellers. This was because John was a very friendly and sociable person, not only with women but also with older people. Sonia initially misjudged John, but due to their work, they had to continue working together. Even though Sonia initially had doubts, she quietly observed John, who often helped and assisted. One day, John finally shared his story about why he wanted to be a chef at her father's restaurant. It turned out that Sonia's father's restaurant was the favorite dating spot of his parents. So, John's reason was to find his identity while reminiscing about his parents' beautiful memories. Hearing this story, Sonia's heart gradually began to accept John as the chef at her father's restaurant. In short, Sonia decided to visit her school friend at the dance studio. It turned out she was interested in learning to dance, and her friend gladly taught Sonia. After the practice, Sonia accidentally saw John chatting with the ginger seller. Initially, they were just joking around, but John cleverly invited the ginger seller to have hormone activities with him. Sonia, who witnessed this, began to pay attention to every move John made. Her desire to hormoning started to grow, even though she realized she no longer had a partner. Days passed, and Sonia continued to dance practice with enthusiasm, with her friend patiently guiding her. Like many other women, Sonia eventually shared her dilemma, expressing her desire to have hormone activities. Her friend then suggested Sonia try finding a partner through an online dating app. Sonia decided to give it a try, but it wasn't as easy as she imagined. She only found men who didn't match her preferences. Feeling frustrated, Sonia released her annoyance in the kitchen. Suddenly, John came to comfort her. In the mood, Sonia felt comfortable being hugged by John. Sonia eventually allowed John to be the first person to have hormone activities with her. The happiness in Sonia's smile was evident. This event made Sonia even more cheerful and strengthened her bond with John. The present Sonia was very different from the past, and they often spent time together. However, everything changed when Sonia accidentally saw John talking to the ginger seller, who was simply delivering a ginger order. Sonia misunderstood and thought John was a playboy who just wanted to take advantage of her. After that incident, John and Sonia started to keep their distance. But that's when a man named Bob appeared in Sonia's life. Bob slowly approached Sonia and eventually invited her for a date. Although John seemed jealous, Sonia decided to accept Bob's invitation. They went to watch a show together and began to get to know each other better. One day, Sonia asked Bob to watch her dance performance. Bob was a very fortunate man to witness Sonia's captivating performance. Sonia confidently showcased her extraordinary dancing talent, while Bob could only remain silent, mesmerized by Sonia's beauty. Unfortunately, Bob couldn't handle his tumultuous feelings and ended up fleeing the scene. Sonia felt confused and sad because once again, a man left her in a painful way. On the other hand, John decided to resign from his job as a chef. He felt that Sonia had found her true love, and he didn't want to be an obstacle between them. Before leaving, John left a letter sincerely expressing his feelings to Sonia. John had fallen in love with Sonia. Along with the letter, John also bid farewell to Sonia's father, thanking him for the opportunity to work at the restaurant. John left all the recipes so that Sonia could learn and take over his position as the chef. In short, Sonia then decided to diligently learn cooking from the recipe book left by John. Although tears often welled up, missing John, she began to realize that in all the love stories she experienced, she had much to be grateful for. She felt incredibly thankful for having a father who was always by her side, providing support and love. At the end of the film, it shows Sonia, who has now become the head chef, leading her father's restaurant using the recipes left by John. And the film ends.